I enjoy using unusual containers. It helps with the overall look of the piece. Instead of a simple square room box, it just adds another dimension. You can elaborate on the outside of the building, and it just adds a little bit of fun and uniqueness to each project. I was at a miniature flea market and I came upon a table, and she had a old, dirty, broken down grandfather clock, the top of one. And all I did was I wiped off that front arch, and it revealed a beautiful burl walnut. And so I decided it would be perfect as a clock shop. When I started the project, I had absolutely no clocks to put inside of it. And by the time I was finished 2 years later, I have about 87 clocks and 40 pocket watches and about 40 wristwatches. I decided that everything outside the clock would be full size and inside would be miniature. The mice were a little add-on that I thought would add a little bit of fun to it, since the name of the shop is Hickory Dickory Clock Shop. I started making miniatures right out of high school, and I started with a general store, and I think everybody starts with a general store because it's just a fun thing to start with and you can put a lot of stuff in it, and I was hooked from there. I was at my local miniature shop and they told me about a couple different organizations, and one of them was IGMA, which is International Guild of Miniature Artisans. I applied for artisan status, which is the first step in becoming a fellow, and I was awarded artisan status in 1993, and I was awarded my fellowship in 1997. I just happened to have a console radio case that I had purchased at an antique shop. And I also enjoy Andy Griffith's show, so I decided to do a takeoff of Emmett's Fix-It shop from the TV show. Opie's pulling his little wagon with the TV to get it repaired, and I had fun making the telephone pole with all the different found objects and adding all the people, and seeing how much I could get into that Fix-It shop. And every little item in there has its own little tag showing who the original owner is, so Emmett knows who it belongs to. So there's a lot of detail in that piece. Daddy's Little Workshop came about because my dad in the 80s, he helped me build my full-size dollhouse. And from there I wanted to just have a little remembrance piece that I could give him for Christmas of the whole project. And he's a carpenter, so I took measurements of my actual dollhouse, grafted out on 1/8" graph paper, and built the replica of my dollhouse in 144 scale. That was going to be the main focal point of the carpentry shop. And I also like rocking horses, so I put a rocking horse in there and just all the fun tools, and gave it to him for Christmas in 1991. And he absolutely loved it. And every time I borrow it, he says, "Be careful with that now." I said, "Yeah, I know, I made it."